get a call the other day from the property manager, which is never a good sign. And so they tell me that there was a water leak because the tenant had installed a bidet on the toilet, and then it exploded. It just, he didn't do it right, exploded, flooded the whole unit, and damaged the 2 units below.
Right.
The tenant, acknowledged that he is responsible, that he did it, and he knows he caused it. And then, so my first question was, tell me about their tenant insurance policy. And they say, oh, well, it expired like last week. So what would happen if I had risk release? How would my life be different and happier now than it is?
Great question.
So Ashley, this is the exact scenario that risk release was created for, because we would receive documentation. There's a good chance that residence policy didn't expire last week, probably expired a long time ago. But the moment that we became aware that that resident did not have insurance, they would start paying $15 a month as additional rent, and they would have up to $100,000 in coverage. And so we get the incident report. Ashley says, hey, the guy, he or she installed the bidet. They didn't do it right. They weren't around. The thing decided to, start doing its job even when it didn't need to, and it never stopped. And so we would say, go get your contractor. What kind of flooring or drywall or trim needs to be replaced? What's it going to cost to prime and paint it? Give us 2 bids, pick the least expensive of the 2, go out and get it done. And as long as it's less than $100,000 worth of damage, we're going to cover the whole cost and write a check to the community.
Okay. And in addition to that, I would collect 5 of the $15 that the tenant was now paying would come to me.
That's right.
And then, so tomorrow, my meeting with the property manager to ask them for an audit of all of the tenant insurance policies. I can just hear their eyes rolling already because they don't want to do this.
Right.
And then my next step is going to say, well, all these guys that are expiring next month, I want you to call them and make sure their policy's in order. Then they don't have to do that anymore if I have risk release, right?
Right, because they're going to basically see the $15 on their ledger, because their lease says that we're allowed to charge them $15, right? Now, of course, you got to get them to roll on as their leases renew. But once they have that, the decision is theirs, right? They can go buy a policy from, Uncle Joe with State Farm, or, their friend Susie from college that has an Allstate agency or USAA, or they can just say, screw it, I'm just going to pay the $15 because it's easy and I'm good.
Right.